rubber crumble, now the cradles are rocking. I tell you, baby, it's a powerful thing. Everybody wants a happy ending. Everybody say that's right. Everybody wants to stop pretending. Everybody say that's right. Mama wanted a life of scriptures. Mama wanted a TV dream. Papa went for that simple picture. I tell you, baby, it's a powerful thing. I'm never gonna take love for granted again. It's a powerful thing. You work for money or you work for pleasure. Everybody say you work for love and it can last forever. Everybody say hold me tight and you can feel that power. Hold me tight and I can make you smile. Hold me tight and we can go for hours. Come on, baby, it's powerful, it's powerful, it's a powerful thing. I'm never gonna take love for granted again. It's a powerful thing. Just when you think the world has pushed you overboard, somebody calls you and takes you on the town. Yeah, that city night has strangest sound you ever heard. Oh, so strange. Zombies dancing in the pale moonlight. It's just the color of life. Out in the East End, people turn the world around. Yeah. Down in the West End, they sway the night away. Yeah. Up on the hill, people keep falling down, falling down. They all smile 'cause it feels so right. It's just the color of life. Yeah, don't try and fight it. The color of life. just before the dawn. Don't be afraid, there's no one in danger here. No, no, no. We're just trying to find that light, make it through the night. Hey, don't try and fight it, the color of light. Say it again. Don't try and fight it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tarnation TV is the place to be. Apparently on a Monday night, here we are at Open Speedway. Doubleheader tonight. Ends up being the January championship race today, too. We'll talk about how this league operates, their IROC series in a bit. Of course, my name is Blaine Donlin, joined by Rod Weston. Thanks for watching, everybody. What's up, Rod?
Oh, a little later tonight for us, and then those of you that tuned in to Tarnation TV Turbo to see us play RV there tonight, well, we're not there tonight. We are here at Open Speedway. As you talked about the points, yep, tonight is the points championship. 2 races, going to be fun to watch. Currently, right now, Chris Elliott has got a 9-point lead over Rick Keg, and that's what we're going to call. So that's what they told me. We were joking around with it earlier, the guys, but yeah, Ken Hunksbury's still in it. I believe he's about 30 points out. Jim Williams is 58. I'm not 100% sure how they do their points, so, but it's going to be a good, fun points battle. 2 races. I don't know if they'll have it caught up by the end of this, so we will see who ends up being the champion tonight a little later.
Yeah, the points, we're not 100% sure about the points. We got the rule book, but the points aren't in the rule book, so I guess we'll figure that out later. But yeah, Chris Elliott atop the leaderboard. I'll put the stats up here in a second. It's neat, these leagues that will run 2 races in one night. So we're going to have Hillside, I think, is kicking off first. And then we're going to go to Dragonette 2007, which is kind of neat. So yeah, there you go. There's the points. 9-point gap to second. So it's up for grabs for a few of those guys.
I haven't seen the Dragnet track yet. I have raced on the Hillside. That's a fun track, high bank. Although, you can use your stuff up there. But, it's a great little track to run on. The Dragnet one, we'll just have to see what it is when we get to that. They're currently now running sprint races, and in the true IROC fashion, they're not even on the tracks that they're going to race. They're practicing at Lowell's right now, just doing a kind of a little sprint race. Should be kind of fun to see how they come out. Looking at the chat, we got David Chin, Robert Spring, Pumpkin, Bob Sires joined us in there, and well, hopefully we'll get a few more. We got 3 likes already so far, so that's even new. Normally we don't get that over to ASR, so that works out pretty good.
Yeah, nobody likes us at ASR. But yeah, it's
I'm thinking.
we're busy, man. Like there's a lot of broadcasts going on, and this is a new one. This is the first time we've been here at Open Speedway. You know, it's late on a Monday, and I believe we always had the Tuesday races with Maverick. I'm trying to remember if we did stuff on Monday before, and why we've never been here before. I can't remember. Oh, who won? Brad Faulkner. Just the music started playing for the winner. But, oops. Yeah, it's neat when they run 2 tracks in one night. This will be a lot of fun. Dragonette is, what you were saying. I think it's a 2.6, 2.8 miles super speedway. It's a big one. So, yeah.
Didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it before.
I've never raced on it either. I've never raced on Hillside. I mean, there's so many tracks in here that I've never actually raced on, but these guys are, you know, they're tried and tested because they wouldn't be using them in league racing if they weren't good tracks. So even though they are fictional, is Hillside fictional? It's got to be.
Hillside's fictional, yeah.
Yeah, it has to be. The banking on that thing is insane.
Hillside came with, I think it was Project Wildfire put out 3 tracks. One of them was Papyrus, one was Coca-Cola, and the other one, I believe, was Hillside.
Oh, maybe that's why it sounds familiar.
Yep. It was a track pack that they had put out to add some new stuff to it.
Nice. That's probably why it sounds familiar then. Yeah, because when they did the Trans Am mod and opened up the different physics packs, they did have the expansion pack per se with the extra tracks. And yeah, was it the figure 8?
Yeah, and one of the ones I did was the figure 8 track. It was a figure 8 that you didn't meet in the middle. There was a bridge. Right.
Yeah, and that was Papyrus Speedway, and it was kind of like a super speedway.
No, Papyrus was a road course that had, like, it's all right-hand turns, left-hand turns, except for one right-hand turn. A really weird road course. You know, you go down the front stretch, it's a long front stretch, of just a slight turn to the left, then a little bit sharper turn to the left, and then you go down the hill, right turn, and it's really, really kind of a sharp right-hand turn.
What was the 8 Bowl?
8 Bowl, yep.
8 Bowl.
That's what it was called.
Yep. I'm like, God, I should know the names of these things. Jeez. I'm getting poor. Why am I getting... I'm getting a poor... YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain high quality. Awesome. Thanks, YouTube. You're fantastic. I've got a gigabit connection, and I can't send enough packets to YouTube, apparently, but...
We'll just blame trying to get the track here, because for some reason it wouldn't let me load it.
Now we're practicing in Kansas. We're literally traveling around the world.
That's why I couldn't load the track. It must not have their Canvas track. I was like, I didn't notice what track it was because it doesn't tell you when you don't have the track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Kansas something. I can't tell you what kind of Kansas, but I have it because they're out here running it.
Yeah. But you got to figure, have so many tracks in there from us broadcasting and, you know, doing different stuff like that. And some of the racing I do, especially, which we'll be doing on the 4th for TMP. You know, their tracks have been manipulated a little bit here or there, so I'm always taking the tracks out, and I just didn't happen to. That's one of the tracks that's probably taken out.
And the game taps out, I think, at 116 tracks.
I don't know, but I got a lot. I actually had to make a folder of tracks I wasn't using.
Yeah, I do too. I have a track overflow folder where I just dump them in there, and then if I'm looking for one, I go searching for it or just download it again. I've probably got triplicate of a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, the IROC, these cars are right now, like I said, we're just running some practice laps still. Was it Donnie Cameron that is the template master here? He's
Donnie Cameron's the one that sent me all the pictures, and he basically has them all set up. And what's really funny is, if you guys want to race over here, you come over here. He'll have you a car within a short period of time. Anybody that's painted knows that they once you set up a template for this, it's just jump in, change the numbers, change the names and the color, and boom, boom, you're done. And he actually made you and I a car, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was neat. Yeah. It's kind of neat. You can join a racing league, and you have to get a car painted up or two and submit them for racing, but here you don't. You just sign up and they'll build you one because they keep the IROC template. Everybody drives the same car, so with the same template. So you probably get to choose your color, and then you'll just put your name and number on the doors, and away we go. There's Cromp out there. There's Faulkner in the black one, the black 24.
Just like that, I went into my folder, and I'm in.
Yeah, just watching the YouTube chat there. Thanks everybody for interacting with that. Look at this guy. Dup 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Tarnation TV always has some good commentary. Well, thank you. And now we've jinxed it.
We try.
Yeah, we're late starting here tonight just because these guys are Central Time?
Well, Larry D's on the coast, down in the Cape, so I'm not sure about the rest of the guys.
It's just funny
because
most leagues run a 9 o'clock start. These guys run a 10 o'clock start.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I would imagine that's probably why. But some there are certain leagues out there that do cater to that kind of situation. Being most of the guys, their drivers are on the West Coast, so
yeah. There's your championship leader right there, Chris Elliott in the 9.
Decided to finally show up. Yeah,
this will be.
I'll tell you.
Close.
I gave him a hard time down there, up there. Because I was just saying, we all know Chris Talladega Nights, and he races all over the place and whatnot. It's not like some of these guys, Pablo Vitor, the 99 rate. We watch him at Maverick, Joseph Landry Pavlon, the one that we can't talk about, gonna keep that going for quite some time. But he's over here. I got guys from TMP that race over here. There's a lot of people out here that I know, and a few that we don't, and some new guys.
Yeah, get used to some new names, some different driving styles. It'll be interesting to see what these guys are up to. Oh, we're doing a sprint race at Kansas now?
Believe so. I was on the pole. Believe that.
Oh, was that you? Yes, I say. Nice. Well, I guess I might as well watch some sprint races.
Yeah. It's kind of neat that, they do the sprint races instead of doing a long practice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of leagues that do that. Just solely because, you in practice, especially the super speedway guys, they do a lot of that. In practice, you don't get a group of guys together as much as you would, per se, if they're all out there. So by doing a sprint race, it's kind of you're in a racing scenario. Gives everybody a chance to kind of get a feel of what everybody's going to be doing. Ironically, though, they're not doing it on the track, that they are going to be racing on yet. They will be doing that shortly.
So who sent you the pace cars? Because we've got official Open Speedway pace car.
That would be Donnie Cameron. He is out here. Donnie Cameron and I, we had a little sit down with them guys to try to discuss, talk about what we're going to be doing, and he watches Tarnation TV quite a bit, so that was pretty nice of them. They got a hold of us and have us come over here and do their championship nights. Guess we can get a little practice in on here. Elliott's up there in the high side did not get a very good start.
No, you're watching. This is one of the practice sprint races right now. So far, this is not league racing. The first official race of the night will be Hillside. You'll be able to tell by the lap count. It won't be 10. I can assure you that much.
Biggest thing I'm going to have to learn now is the color of the cars related to the driver. Got to go find out who's the guy that got out there and out front. If that was KD, Ken Huntsberry. We're familiar with him, especially a lot of times at the old Talladega Nights. I believe he runs other places as well. So.
Yep, Katie Huntsbury.
You know, at least about 2 or 3 different leagues these are some of the other drivers run at here. Neat, you know, having an IROC series like that. So that the people, some of the groups that I run with, they do an IROC series. That thing that we'll be doing on Wednesday, they actually run, one series for like, I think 10 races, 8 or 10 races, and then they go to a different mod, and then they go to a different mod, and then they end it out. The end of the series with the IROC, and it's ironically the same IROC series cars that they're running now, the IROC 90 mod.
Because there's a couple IROC mods, right? Because I remember there being.
No. Somebody got turned. Williams got into the back of the. Let's see if we can figure out who that was. That was DVDN. We don't know whose that name is, but
I just say Davidian because it's my favorite Machine Head song.
There you go.
Oh no! Katie Huntsbury gets the Tarnation TV curse. You're done, Katie. Take a seat. We were following
everybody.
Too.
Everybody that watches this normal, you're all familiar with the Tarnation TV curse.
Yep.
I think I'm going to have to change the core because I keep getting booted.
Oh yeah, that'll.
I'm going to have to go find that.
I can send it to you if you like. I believe it's hiding on their TeamSpeak somewhere.
They did say something about it, and I said, well, usually my core works pretty good, but...
Yeah, you have the bulletproof core.
Usually.
We found a weakness.
We found a weakness for it.
Why are they all so different? That's a question I always had. I'm like, why don't we all just use the same one? I don't get it.
Some of them, the different cores, where the advantage of them are in that, like, some of the cores out there make it better for side-by-side racing.
Oh.
So you...
Sending more packets and stuff.
We always talk about the box. You know how some, like the original core, you can't get close to each other in certain scenarios and stuff like that. Well, right. the core can sometimes, certain cores can fix that so you can run more side by side, run a little bit closer without having that issue.
Yeah, I just think it's strange that we never really, as a community, never settled on one core to rule all the cores.
Yeah. Like, you know,
it's like make the perfect one that's gonna work, and then let's just all use it,
Yeah, well, everybody's got their own opinion, their own designs, their own, what have yous, I guess, and that's it. I don't, I'm gonna have to make a new folder called Open Core.
Yep, that's what I did. Yeah, we've got Faulkner was able to get around Pavlon. He's able to hold him off for 2 more laps, so win the sprint. But Pavlon's got the high side with Jim Williams and EJ. The battle for first intensifies, lap number 9. But Pavlon all over the back of Faulkner.
I don't think you sent me that yet, have you?
The core? No. Here, I'm watching the race right now.
I'm trying to find it, so hold on.
They're going free wide. Oh, they almost did. Yeah, if you can't find it, it's fine. I've got it. Larry sent it to me. Oh, you found it?
Of course I did. You didn't hire me for my good looks.
No. Yeah, I figured it was in the TeamSpeak somewhere. They got a pretty solid TeamSpeak browser set up.
Yeah, it is.
Here's your winner, Joseph Landy Pavlon.
We can't let him win. Come on now.
No. And now, word from our sponsor.
Yeah.
No burnout for him.
We'll see if this works. No, it didn't.
Oh, it's still booting out?
Yeah,
Interesting.
very.
Give me 1 second here. I will send it to you.
Okay. Rabbit.
There we go. Some technical difficulties. Core file to Rod Weston, see if that helps.
We're hoping it does.
Provided by Larry D. Rubenstein.
They went to another track, or did they go back to
They are on Hillside.
his side? Okay.
Yes. This will be race number 1.
Now we get to see what the track, the people out there get to see what the track looks like.
Yeah, run some practice laps here. Actually, you know something? Let's fire up free cam here.
Get the free cam out and do some rolling.
Yeah, we can float around here and see what's going on.
You only get 5 minutes of practice, so I like that. You get a chance to get out there. It's kind of like the SRX series. They only give them 10 laps to figure it out and come in and make adjustments, but obviously these guys can't make any adjustments, so the 5 laps to kind of figure out fuel mileage, tire wear, you know, what the important stuff that they need. So kind of fun to do it that way. Then I believe one thing I didn't ask, I believe it's random qualifying.
Oh, okay.
I believe it is. I could be wrong. I apologize, but this is all new to us. So
Yep. You can see
Uber
there
broadcaster.
the grandstands are completely empty. Not a soul in attendance.
Let's practice.
We are in practice, so there is no fans yet.
Fun
Yeah,
little
it's a
track.
pretty neat little track, yeah.
Bang.
There's the helicopter. Get to the chopper. It's
They
right
do
there.
some helicopters do some fancy stunts. Sometimes you'll have to come in there and follow one around.
This infield's pretty cool too. Check this out. They got a full-blown victory lane there. The Papyrus Victory Circle. That's where Rod and I are hiding, inside the Hollywood Hotel.
Yeah.
All these weird buildings. All kinds of nefarious deeds going on in there, I'm sure. There's the garage. These ancient look at these. Oh, this guy's actually got the RV popped out, ready to rock and roll. That's funny how there's one RV that has the... Oh, wow, they've actually modeled some of that stuff, too. That's crazy. Oh, helicopter just landed inside the RV. What is happening? He landed under the track. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what's going on right now.
The secret, must be there's a secret. Boy, he went right down there quick, too.
Yeah. It's a pretty neat little setup, though. I mean, you don't really need the trackside detail because, I mean,
Yeah.
when we're out there racing, you're just racing, you don't see this stuff. But it does help these broadcasts out, you know, because I'm floating around here in free cam. Oh, they got the wind on. Check that out. The flag is flapping. That's cool when they have the wind on because you get the flags to move.
Yeah, so from the looks of it, the wind is changing. It's still at 0 miles an hour. So probably what they've done, we used to do this in the league that I ran. You can go in and set the parameters for it.
Okay.
So we would set it to be basically 70 degrees, but we gave it a plus or minus like maybe a degree or two, because that way, and in the probability of being in cloudy or clear, you would always keep the probability more towards the clear. Very, very rarely would you ever get a cloudy situation, but you would also get some wind and the wind direction would change. So it's kind of a neat way of doing it. It gives it a little bit more of a realistic feel. Kind of changes, you know, the wind direction, you know, the temperature can change how the cars handle and drive. So
Yeah.
especially if it goes cloudy, because cloudy you can actually get way too much gear.
Yeah, I was
Not
wondering
a-
why everybody runs the same thing, you know, 0 wind, 70.
Yep.
Nobody turns up the temperature or anything.
Well, they just do that to make it more of a consistent run.
Yeah.
But if you don't, if you run it open like that, like you said, you could, due to the risk of maybe getting it into a cloudy situation where if you're making a setup for it, you have to actually be kind of conscious about the fact that you're making a setup that is for, you know, could be in a cloudy situation. So you're going to have to take a little bit of the gear away from, you know, the kind of the clear to make sure that you're not overdoing it in the cloudy. So
Right.
they are qualifying right now, so I wonder they may do qualifying, I guess. Just have to see how that works out.
It's good that they do. I think I think qualifying is always a good thing. Anytime there's a vote, I always vote yes.
Yeah. A few of the drivers have disconnected, so that's one of the tricks with that is they disconnect so that they are at the back of the field.
Right.
And
By disconnecting, you also don't hold up qualifying, right? Is that the
Right.
reason? Yeah, so I guess that means I should drive and retire. Oh, now it's to happy hour. That was quick.
This is computer qualifying, but what they did was some of the drivers probably didn't want to, you know, be up front, so that they let them jump out, then they do the qualifying. Crocodile Crom's going to be on the pole. Elliott, you started 4th, so you're going to move Elliott up to 4th. And Chris Elliott, that is your current points leader. Rick Kay, the guy that's chasing after him, is going to be back there on the inside row in 13th. I'll give you the whole rundown here, so in a little bit. Be interesting to see. So basically, John Williams, John Godfrey, Mangialardi, and Ralph LeBlanc, Ken Hunsberry decided they did not want to qualify.
Aha. The plot thickens.
Yep.
Wonder if they're up to no good back there.
One can never tell. Due to the fact that there's no activity on the track, I'm going to suggest they're probably in a meeting right now.
Yeah, drivers meeting, going over some quick rules. I'm sure most of these guys probably already know the rules because we are doing race number 7 and 8 tonight, which will wrap up the championship. So yeah, Chris Elliott has the lead, but barely. So he's got to have a couple of really good races. Doesn't necessarily need to win them. He's just got to be consistent.
We've got quite a few people in the chat, as we talked about before. You know, we got Bob Sire, Robert Springs, a few people that I'm not 100% familiar with, but Larry D just popped on there.
Hello from Waco, Texas.
Yeah.
Hello from Louisiana. Go get him, Steven.
We're up to 3 likes and we really haven't even started the race yet. That's pretty cool.
Slingshot
Okay,
41.
so
Is
now
that,
they're lining up.
Is that Gary Mingus? Slingshot 41?
To your cars.
I'm not sure.
Could be. I haven't seen him in a while.
Let's run down this lineup there. You get your camera ready to go down through and check out all of these cars?
Sure, why not? Let's grab pit lane number 1 and go for a float.
Starting on the pole tonight, it's going to be Crocodile Crump. Love that name. That's a pretty cool one. Starting outside pole is Faulkner. I forget Brad Faulkner, I think. Yep. Starting third on the inside lane is going to be Larry D. I'd like to tell you they're manufacturers, but they're all in IROC Camaros. Starting fourth, well, can't say it's going to be Blaine because it's going to be Chris Elliott. Starting fifth is going to be Kirst. I don't know his first name. We'll get used to that as we go along. Starting seventh is going to be Joseph Landy Pavlon. We're all familiar with him on Tuesday night. Starting eighth is going to be Dave Davis. Now, that name rings a bell. I used to race against a guy named Dave Davis. Number 9 is going to be Jedro. We don't know who that other name than Jedro. So 10th is going to be the guy that's been sending us all the cars, Donnie Cameron. 11th is going to be, how'd you say that? DV?
I would say Davidian because
Davidian. Okay.
Davidian,
We're going to call him
my
Davidian.
favorite.
Okay.
It's my favorite
12th,
Machine Head song.
12th is going to be EJ, or EJ we call him, but Eric, I forget his first name now, Johnson. 19th is going to be Rick K. That's just the way we're going to say it. Look at this, 14th, the familiar man there, Bobby Farrow. You see him there last Saturday, have a rough night. 15th, Pablo Vita. We see him on Tuesdays usually. Then I'm going to be a little wrong on the numbers because our broadcasting are in there, but then it's going to be Jay Williams.
I got Jim. Yeah, Jim Williams. I got him on TeamSpeak. Yep.
John Godfrey, Mike Mangialardi, Ralph LeBlanc, and starting rounding out the field tonight is going to be Katie Hunksbury.
So Paulo Vitor, I think he's up in the point standings, is he not? Where's he sitting in points here on Monday night?
We find out.
Yeah, we're familiar with him from the Maverick Cup Series that we broadcast on Tuesdays. They don't really start that until March.
He's currently 5th, 72 points out.
Nice.
Crocodile Crop got out there on an early lead. Kind of short track. It's kind of hard to keep up with getting all the drivers in there before the green flag came out, though. Brad Faulkner's in second there in the 24. Familiar face to me, a good friend of mine, Larry D, back there in third.
One of the league admins here, too.
Yeah. He's the guy that reached out to us, talked about coming over and do this. And your current points leader right now, Chris Elliott, back there in the 5th spot. Just kind of got into a little bit of rhythm, a little dot. Then you get back to Kearns in the 77. He is currently getting passed right now by JLP. We'll leave it at that.
Yep.
I like Joseph. We like to give him a hard time.
Oh, Larry D, hard of the wall, takes out the leader. Not the leader of the points. Into pit road. Chris Elliott. Green stays up.
Incident where they went off the track, so the game doesn't see it as a caution. Oh, wow, that's not a good one for current points leader.
No.
He got sent down pit road, so that's going to be a long drive down pit road to get back down there. I don't know what pit road speed was. I didn't check, but we can find out.
What happened to Bobby Farrell? Something happened to him, too. I think
Pit road speed,
it almost looked
50
like he
miles
cut
an
a
hour.
tire. And they do run damage.
Probably moderate, but I'm not sure. I didn't ask that.
They get down inside the pit wall there.
Another one. And in the corner turn, I'm not sure what corner they're in. This one will bring out the cop. Just saw it out of the corner of my eye.
Here, we'll load that one up too.
a yellow car. I'm trying to find out which one it was.
Trying to see the point of caution here. Usually just focus on
the wall. Got up a little high, hit the wall. And that got him into Dave Davis and kind of spun Dave Davis around. Oh no, and Dave Davis was just trying to lock down, stay on the track. The car come in, that would be Donnie Cameron. Gotta kind of T-bone him in the right front a little bit. Hopefully those guys will be able to continue on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Back of Larry D's car is beat up.
And it's a 1 mile track, right? So it's not too reliant on, aerodynamics. Where'd Larry go?
And the green one is back of his car is beat up pretty good. So they're doing about 170 miles an hour. So I would say Aero is it's gonna probably not hurt as bad, but it could still be a detriment.
Yeah. I mean,
Looks
it's
like
always going to hurt a little bit. Affects the handling of the car, which can affect tire wear. There's a bunch of things that can happen.
Not sure. Stayed out, I was kind of checking, but most everybody that went down pit road took 4 tires. Not sure about Pablo Vito. He got out way ahead of the rest of the guys, but he may have only taken 2.
This early in the race, probably a good call. Get some track position.
You get away from the incident that's going on behind there. So I see that that put Chris Elliott 1 lap down. Unfortunately, Larry D is now 2 laps down. Probably from the looks of that, he's missing the rear bumper fascia. So I would imagine he probably stopped and repaired the car. But we do know that they do a lucky dog. They will not do a drive around like what we see a lot of the leagues that we cover do. They go in and pit. When they do, they make sure that they speed. That puts them into the back of the pack. Once the green flag comes out, they'll be credited a lap.
Ah, okay.
And imagine.
Yep.
Larry D still staying out, and he probably just pitted, so he doesn't need to pit. You don't know about a wave around, so we'll have to wait and see if Larry D actually drives around, and takes a wave around, or whether they keep him, just in front of the leader, and the fact that hoping that he can get a run ahead of him a little bit, caution comes out, and then he can get his lap back.
Well, lights are off here now, so he won't be doing a wave around. He would have gone by now, right?
Yeah, I think he would have been gone by now. So yeah, you're right. So he will basically.
He's trapped.
Try to attempt to see if he can stay ahead of the leaders, and hopefully, his goal is to try to get a caution, and
So there goes the pace car to get out of the way, get going green here again.
And they're
That's
back
really
green.
quick, eh? The pace car leaves and away we go.
Yep.
Faulkner's
Faulkner
able to get underneath.
drops to the bottom. Larry D's got that damage. It might just slow him down. Like I said, that arrow could be one of the things the way the rules are here too. If you are believed to be at fault of the incident, you are required to drive through the pits every time and put yourself, and speed as well, to put yourself at the back of the pack. So
Yeah, look for the speeding penalty, right? To make sure you get an EOLL.
Yep.
End of longest line. Just focused currently on Brad Faulkner, the leader here so far. Larry D right behind him. Joseph Landy Pavlon in third. Paolo Vitor in third. Wait. Oh, Larry D's in 18th. I forgot. We were just talking about that. Yeah, he's a lap down. Pavlon in second. Vitor in third. EJ in fourth. Rick K in fifth. There's Mike Mangialardi in sixth. In 8th, well, I guess 7th, we've got Jim Williams. In 8th, we've got Davidian. We got to ask him what that means. We got Davis in the 9th position. Cromp right there with John Godfrey. Katie Huntsberry back there in 12th. And right behind him, the 13th, Chris Elliott.
Chris Elliott
is your season points leader. And every week they race a double header, but it's always different tracks too, right?
Yep. That's the way they run it every week. So that's actually pretty cool the way they do that. You come in as a points leader like that, 9 points. That's not a lot of cushion. Really not a lot of cushion for him. So
there's Jebro in 14th. Donnie Cameron in 15th. Ralph LeBlanc in 16th. We got Kearns back there in 17th. And we're all the way back around to first again with Faulkner. We do have one retired car. Bobby Farrell is forced to leave the race.
He has not had a lot of luck as of late.
No, he hasn't. Unfortunately, he didn't even get one lap done, it looks like.
Chris Elliott worked his way back up into the 12th position with Rick Kay currently running in the 5th. So I would imagine if the race were to end the way it is, I would think that would put Rick Kay into the points lead.
Williams! Oh, they hit the tire barrier at the start of the pit road.
That was a hard hit.
Oh, man. Williams got hit pretty good. It might have been Larry that maybe took the worst of that one.
Oh, that was a bad one.
Yeah, we might need to call the amber lamps for that one. Larry got pushing real hard, actually swatted the wall twice. Larry shot back up the track, but actually, he did tag, who was that? Mangialardi, I think? No, Davis.
Blue car. Yeah, Davis, okay.
Yeah,
that thing, he clipped the wall, and that thing just shot down into Davis. And
oh, man, I was looking at that pit wall. It's like the worst pit wall ever. Williams just missed that tire wall. They both did.
Well, I wonder if we could get a hold of Larry D, seeing how he is out of the race. See, I'm gonna leave you just for a second to see if he's calmed down enough to where we can talk to him. How's that?
Roger. As we cycle through the pit stalls here, let's see, we've got Faulkner down on pit road. See the flag man there has to stop the traffic if the pace car is pulling the pacing line by. You're not allowed to leave the pits. He will show the stop sign. Full service.
As we got a hold of Larry D, he got out of the car, threw his helmet. He's not real excited about it. What happened there, I guess, that was a hard hit. First off, Larry, how you doing, bud?
Well, I'm doing good, Rod. How are you doing tonight?
Well, we're enjoying doing the broadcast for you here, just trying to keep up. Short track is kind of chaotic a little bit sometimes. See, you had a little damage in an earlier incident there, and then that was a super hard hit at the end of the wall. So glad to see that you're okay. You're going to be able to make the second race is the next question.
Yeah, well, you said I threw my helmet off. Yeah, pretty much did that, Rod. Now, this is that kind of a track that I really expected something like that might happen. So my disappointment level isn't high. I'm cheering on all my other fellow race drivers.
Second track, as Blaine told me, I hadn't seen it yet. He said it's like a super speedway.
It really is. It really is. It's a track that we're going to enjoy. Dragon Net, super speedway. You can almost go 5 wide on it, and we have been racing that for a long time, and it's a lot of fun.
I know you're super speedway prowess. You're pretty good at that. I know you're. As long as I've known you, super speedways have never been your real bread and butter.
No, you know what? Believe it or not, the going over the finish line first at the end of the race is not my priority. Sure, I would like to win, but I'm racing with a bunch of great guys here, and just being a part of what's going on is really what it's all about, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
all very, very good racers here. Everybody's fantastic. Ralph gives us a place to race 7 nights a week. The server's open 24 hours a day. I mean, where the heck else do you find something like that, Rod? It's really a good place to race.
Not a lot of the leagues out there that do that leaves their servers up and running for people to come in and practice. That's a pretty cool idea. You guys said you run 7 nights a week.
7 nights a week, yeah. We do our 10-lap sprint start at 9:30. The feature, which is usually one feature, starts at 10:30. These times are all Eastern. And in most cases, we're done by 11:30, quarter to 12.
As we just get back going to Green EJ, I call him that because that's what we always call him down there at TMP, but is your current leader. So tonight's IROC. What's like, just give us a quick rundown. I know we, got to get back to the race here, but like Tuesday night, what do you guys do? When, kind of give the fans out there an idea of if they got, a mod that they like to run. What night do you guys run them?
Well, we run Aero 88. We run, goodness gracious, IROC Aero 88 Gen 6 BR, and we run NCTS truck.
Very cool.
And it's always changing each and every week. We have a set schedule that gets printed the beginning of each and every month, so you know what to expect. And somebody that is new, we're always very willing to help them, and new people are always welcome. We just ask you to be courteous.
Very cool. Someone was asking where the race is, Blaine.
Oh,
got
jeez.
the upcoming broadcast there.
Yep, had the screen up for the schedule.
Yep. So, all right. Well, Larry, we'll hopefully maybe the second race we'll get a chance to talk to you a little more in victory lane, or at least a podium finish. But unfortunately, I'm sorry to see you have some bad luck. But you can get down there and officiate the rest of this race and keep these boys in line.
All right. Well, thank you guys for what you do. You're doing a great job.
All right. Thank you, Larry, for inviting us to come over. So,
Yeah,
have a good one.
Larry. He says we're doing a great job, but I literally had the schedule screen covering up the last 8 or 9 laps. We got a yellow flag coming. I was all green flag racing too. Yellow flag is out.
As I say, EJ kind of got out there and got a comfortable lead going for a little bit there. Not sure what happened, but it must have had, the Foxer got by the car. Like I said, you got to bear with me a little bit, trying to get used to the numbers. That's Rick K. It is. Rick K is currently in the 3rd position. Let's take a look at
Davis and Kearns got together just a little tiny bit there.
Other thing near Chris Elliott, he's up into the 7th.
Oh,
so
man, the banking on that track, like he got more damage hitting that banking than he would have. Davis here, that hits the transition going up the track there, and the car just hops.
This is a track where
such a high bank track. It's crazy.
This is one of those tracks where apron bad brings a whole new meaning.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got like a 40-degree bank, and it's just an instant. There's no transition. It's just an instant.
Yeah. It's just one of those situations where you go down there, it really unwedges the car, and then it just turns. And we're sitting here talking and going along. Do you realize we're almost done with this first race?
Yeah. And I had that one screen on top. I was watching the monitor going, yeah, it's a great race. And then you're like, oh, yeah, cool. Stephen Ward in the chat's like, where's the race? I'm like, oh, yeah, good point. Forgot to bring the screen down.
You got to keep them in line, I tell you.
Yeah,
Currently, so far right now, I don't know if they do the laps led, but Brad Faulkner's got 15 laps led on the night. EJ, he's got 9 so far. Fastest lap. Let's go see who did that. That is a 20.863. That is 172.554 miles an hour. I'm sorry, 554. I did say that right. By Jebrel.
Oh, right on.
He is currently back in the 5th position. So. ALP is out there in the 4th. Pablo Vitor back in the 6th position. Chris Elliott's back here in the 7th, as we talked about. Still got another race to go. Guys, like Larry said, super speedway track. So this is going to be a different animal when they get over to that. So we'll see a totally different style of racing.
Got some pretty cool wheels on this
car's
mod too,
lights.
right?
This car makes a trip down there. EJ's got the pole to start. He is gone. Brad Faulkner got in the back of him a little bit. Had to kind of back off. Lost a little momentum, but really still got a good run out of that, though. Trying to see if you can't sneak up there in that high side. Not sure this track has a second groove, but it might have.
I was going to say the banking on this thing's crazy and super wide, but I wonder what the grooves are like. I'm curious if there's lanes or if the dark spot is probably where all the grip is.
I would imagine if you get out of that dark spot, it probably doesn't
Look at
grab.
that.
But he's doing it. He's getting it done on that outside groove.
Outside pass.
Coming down here now to 1 lap to go. This time by. Brad Faulkner's got him out there. EJ's getting past again. Was that in the second? Pavlon. LP's got himself up into the 2nd position. Trying to go for that first is where I don't think he's got enough speed to catch up to Brad Faulkner.
There it is. Your
There it
checkered
is.
flag. The 24 car of Brad Faulkner, followed by Joseph Randy Pavlon and Irv Johnston.
So, our points champion guys there, Rick Hayes in the 4th position, and Chris Elliott in the 7th. They stayed in those positions, so that's going to tighten up that points race. We won't know how much it's going to, but we'll have to see how that's going. What do you say we see if we can grab a hold of Brad Faulkner and bring him up here and have a little chit-chat with him? Fucking find him
Chat with him while he's
out.
burning it down, or you got to let him burn it down first?
We'll let him burn it down. I got to go find out who he is on here. I think I know who he is, but I'm going to make sure before we grab him.
Gotcha. I wonder if he will burn it down. We will wait patiently for the 24 to light this place on fire. Or not. Well, you're your winner, and it's not paused. Oh, there he goes.
All right, well, sorry about that, guys. Normally I just grab and bring him around here and do all this, and I look up there and I'm looking for Brad Faulkner. Can't find him, but there was a BS can do.
Yes, sir.
So I was like, that's got to be him. So you managed to sneak out the win there. I didn't see how many laps.
Sneak it out. I was doing it on the outside because I didn't do me the inside, so I had to do it on the outside.
And you led the most laps for the night. I don't know if that's gonna change anything. I don't know what the point system.
You get an extra few points, I believe, for leading the most laps.
Oh, cool. So,
and it's definitely advantageous, of course.
Being that you are down there in the 8th position, obviously, you're not going to probably take the championship away.
No, but I still love racing. That's what I come in there for, camaraderie, and do a little different tracks here and there. I have my moments.
Yeah, well, we all do, and we have tracks that we all like, tracks that we all can't stand.
Yes, sir.
I am not a super speedway racing. If you've watched any of our broadcasts, you'd see that I hate my favorite place to be at a super speedway is up in the booth. But if you wanted to run Martinsville every week, boy, you'd have me there every time.
Oh man,
love me some Martinsville. But that was a heck of a pass on the outside. Now we were kind of wondering whether or not this track actually had the second groove out there.
It does. You got to have good tires, and see a couple of them guys stayed out, and a couple of us went in and took 4, and it makes a difference, especially if you're going to try the outside. So yeah,
well, that was pretty good.
Fun. It was all good. I loved it.
All right, Blaine, you got a question for Brad?
Oh, everything just got really loud. I love how this is playing the the whole Papyrus Racing news thing at the end there. Yeah, super short races. Any particular strategies out there when you're not really having to deal with pit stops? Like you can just kind of go for it, right?
Well, on the super speedways, it's a lot different than the little ones. The little tracks, mile. Some times, some of the mile and a half, you want to take maybe even right sides or something just to try to give you a little advantage.
And you guys run 3X here, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, that one actually was 4X, so you're wearing tires pretty hard.
Oh well, yeah.
And then we're going from hillside, super high bank, 1 mile even. Now we're going to 2.5,
this
3-6 mile track.
No tires. You don't need no tires here. You come in, you get your fuel and leave.
Okay. Even with 60 laps at 3X?
This track is a very much drafting track. You don't want to lose the draft. If you lose the draft, you're done.
Yeah, you amplify it, with a 2.5 mile super speedway.
It's great. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. This would be fun.
This is a nice track. You get equal number of cars in the second line. The second line's even good.
Oh, cool. All right,
it's super wide too, Ace, but that's the preferred line, eh? 1 up.
Yeah, it depends if you have the number. If you have equal numbers, the second line will run just as good as the low line.
Nice. That's going to be a good one.
Oh, this is a great track too. It's very high speed, even for these cars.
Let's give him a chance to thank the people that got him here and let him get out there and practice a little bit. And so that way, hopefully we'll see him later and he can tell us again. But the floor is yours.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. And everybody watching. It was definitely an enjoyable race, and appreciate everybody that puts this race on, and OSW for sponsoring it. And it's always fun. Say hi to the family and a couple friends that might be watching. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
All right, there you go. First winner for the night. First one was the hillside. Now we're off to the big bad dragnet, I guess they call it, super speedway. So that ought to be fun. Good luck in the second race one.
Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate you doing this.
Thank you. Yeah, this track is a monster compared to the one we were just at.
Yes. Hey, if you notice the track info, 60 laps, so the second race is going to be a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it will be just basically because super speedway, 2.5 mile track, with 60 laps. You're familiar with that with the Talladega. This one will be just a little bit, a bit longer than that one. With the other one where they only did like 35 laps on a mile track, that's going to be a quick, short one. So, kind of a neat format how they do it.
And I noticed something in their rules. They will modify the track to make sure that you are exiting on the back straightaway no matter what.
Yep. See,
so
that's a good idea. So, just like the RTG track that ASR runs, you can come out down pit road, and as soon as you get to that solid line, you can come up on the track.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the driver's name right off the top of my head, but he was from Vermont. NASCAR driver. He was in the Busch Series, and then pulled out like that with the whole pack bearing down on him. And Carl Edwards pounded into the back of him, and it caused a big melee. And I just think that that's probably the better and smarter way to do it. Make them come out on the backstretch. There's a lot more room out there to, come out and enter the track safely.
Well, and you don't, like any other cars, don't have the suspension fully loaded, committed to the turn. You gotta, at least if you're going in a straight line, it's a little easier to make a maneuver if you have to make a maneuver. Now, Ralph LeBlanc there in the 084, he runs this series, right? Or this league, doesn't he?
The league is owned by Ralph.
Right. We're just focused on him here now, the 084.
Trying to see what number he was, but yes, Ralph L., the guy that owns the league. Larry D is one of the admins. I know that Donnie Cameron is one of the admins. And there was one of the other guys that was with us when we did the talking about trying to, get everything worked out and make this all happen.
Right.
Do it without admins, that's for sure.
I'm just floating around here on free cam. Pit road. The start finish line is actually a lot closer to the exit of turn. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's halfway down the straightaway. And unlike Talladega, because Talladega has it at the end of the pits, everybody here, though, looks like they will pass the finish line if you were inside the pit road, which is always a thing. But
looks like it might be an oval, an oval super speedway.
Let's go up high in the sky and see. It is an oval, I do believe.
A lot of your super speedways are done that way. I know Coca-Cola, the one that came out from Project Wildfire, that one was a really severely high banked super speedway oval, but I like the way this one is. It's not super duper high, so I imagine you can still run it flat out, but you know, it's kind of one of those ones that, as Brad told us, you don't have to change tires. So we know they can run flat out and, you know, not have an issue.
It looks a little bit lopsided to me.
It could be kind of sort of, you're thinking maybe it's kind of like Darlington almost, where one corner is a little longer than the other.
Yeah, like it's an oval, but does the back straightaway maybe look like it's a little bit shorter than the front straightaway?
Maybe.
It might actually be. And that turn number 2 on the back straight looks a little bit, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm way up in the sky here.
Yeah. Kind of hard to say. It's almost just the angle that you're on, though, but I think that has just the way it is. It almost looks like that.
It's not perfect.
Yeah. One corner on the right-hand side of the video there looks like it's almost kind of sharper at the beginning of the corner than it is at the end. But
yeah, rolls off a little bit. Or rolls off a little tighter, actually. You roll in and then tighten up. Interesting.
So I was just checking to see. We had John Godfrey, Ralph LeBlanc, and Crocodile Crump disconnect. So those are guys that are not going to qualify. They're going to be in the back of the pack.
Currently they are qualifying. We're just flying around, Dragonet 2007.
Qualifying did that quick click through, and of course you beat me again. I don't know what it is, but you always seem to beat me. Now, the only problem now is the inside groove is actually going to gain 2 positions because you're odd, I'm odd, and so that our positions are going to be swooped up. So Hunksberry,
Right.
I think it is EJ is going to move up 1 spot. Ken Hunks from behind him. Ricky K is going to move up 2 spots. Where is our points leader? And he's going to start in the 8th position. That's going to move Ricky K just behind him a little bit. Or no, actually going to move him right beside him. So the 2 guys in first and the points are going to be side by side. So why don't we run down through this qualifying order real quick?
Cool, let's do it.
Starting on the pole, Dave Davis. And I believe it's a blue car. I don't remember now. Outside pole is going to be Jay Kearns. 3rd is going to be Larry D. 4th, Pablo Vitar. Then we're going to go to 6th because Blaine taking away the 5th spot is going to be Donnie Cameron. EJ is going to be starting 8th, 7th, sorry. Chris Elliott's going to be on the outside in 8th. And then going to be Ken Hunksberry, Rick K. I gotta say this. How do you say that again? Davidian.
I'm sure it's not. But
I know, but I was trying to get it right.
Yeah.
And then 13th is going to be Jebro. Joseph Landy Pavlon. He's going to be starting in the 14th. 15th is Brad Faulkner, our first place winner. And then Crocodile Crump, Mike Mangialardi, John Godfrey, and rounding out the field tonight is Ralph LeBlanc, owner of the league.
Currently in happy hour, no cars on the track. Drivers in probably a driver's meeting.
Yep. And happy hour just concluded, so I'm going to take a view down through all the cars tonight. I gotta jump in and jump out. You don't.
No, I stay put because I don't want this thing to get nuked.
Nope. As Brian would say to me, make sure you're live.
Yeah. Very cool. Last minute addition there to that custom pace car. Big fan of that. That's neat.
It's kind of cool. So now, you saw how the first race went. Are we gonna place your bets? Who do you think's gonna win this one?
Ooh.
Now the thing we don't know. I mean, I do know Larry D is pretty good, the super speedway racer. We've seen Joseph Pavlon, Pablo Vitor, race. Some of the other guys, we really don't know what where their strengths and weaknesses are. We know Brad Faulkner's strength at Hillside is good. He used the right strategy there and was able to take the win, but we'll have to see who has the better strategy here. Like super speedway racing, that's it.
When it goes by quick. You don't realize when you run a doubleheader, they run the shorter races, right? So.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat Stephen Ward put DVDN. Say it like initials. DVDN. Yeah. I don't know. I like yours.
Yeah. We got to give everybody a nickname.
Yeah. I know Larry D. That is his nickname.
Yeah.
Larry is his first name. Larry D is his nickname.
And D is his middle initial.
Yeah.
Everybody comes up with their own stuff.
He's threatening he's going to come up and check out the go-kart racing because he only lives about 2 hours away, but
oh, cool.
Hasn't made the trip yet.
So we got 30 laps here at Dragonet. This is going to be frantic. We are on a 3x multiplier. And in this league too, I forget, they say no low lining, so you cannot occupy that bottom line. That pace car just about nuked himself.
Yep.
You're not allowed to occupy the bottom line until the last lap, so you need to give way to that yellow line there. So they'll be running like right where he is there. He's fine because it allows the car to move to the left.
Dave Davis got a really good start there on that one. The outside line there, curbs. Still trying to get used to the names.
Yep.
Kearns did not get a very good start, but coming back strong on that high side, although I don't think he's going to be able to do that all by himself.
Spectator cam is very far away. I can conclude.
Larry D not going to allow him to lead that first lap.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Catastrophe.
Big time catastrophe. Cars everywhere.
We did not complete lap 1. Just barely.
That's what happened there. All of a sudden, I was moving back a little bit and just saw a bunch of smoke.
There goes Larry D right there. Right by the camera.
I'm not sure Larry's going to ever want us to have a broadcast race again.
Yeah.
Not bringing him any luck for sure.
Yeah, so there's the initial wreck up there that sweeps across the track. And then there's like a second one that happens behind a little bit.
Looked like Larry kind of came down onto Pablo Vitor, who was trying to get underneath him. Caused him to be spun and then melee.
Well, on the 24, Faulkner actually got like a wheel hook, and the thing started to barrel roll.
Yeah. So it's probably a gripped up trap then if that's done.
Right there, it
Usually-
hops and starts to flip. Oh, it's like a box of crayons.
Yep. Kinds of different colors everywhere.
Oh, John Godfrey picked up a couple of spots. You saw him speak down on the bottom there, 7-Eleven. The beige car. Very exciting color. John Godfrey in the beige car.
Looks like the
Oh,
number
we are
12
live going into the pits, and Crump just parked. What happened there? Madness on pit road.
Looks like DVDN has stayed out so that he can lead a lap.
Okay, that makes sense. Yep, bonus points.
Missed out what you saw on pit road though.
And Crump, I'm gonna back it up here. Just watching the race off pit road.
Just pulled the
Looked
rear
at
bumper
what?
off of Larry D's and Pablo Vitor's car.
Yeah, Crump. I don't know what happened. Coming down pit road here. Oop, here we go. He almost got rear-ended and then parked it. Oh, I see. He missed his pit stall. You can see his pit stall is actually back here behind the 24. That's Crump's pit stall right there. So he's trying to get to that white pit box, number 7. Can't do it. And parked it and went, do I take a chance backing up? Maybe not. And then he drove off. So he's going to have to go all the way around. So here he comes again. This is now back live. So he will make his pit stop
Got a little
under
assistance.
yellow. So yeah, he did. Yeah, it was pretty tight there. The pit road speed seems fast here. Is it like
One question-
65 maybe?
Let me find out.
Yeah. It seemed like they're all going pretty quick.
60 miles an hour.
It is, okay, a little bit faster. It seemed that they were all going a little bit quicker, so. And at 80, I want to say 80 mile an hour pacing speed. So because it's a big track, they bumped it up a couple notches.
So I'm kind of wondering, DVDN stayed out. The lights are still on in the pace car, so that doesn't mean that he isn't going to pit at all, but we don't know fuel mileage being 3x. Whether they can go the distance or whatnot, or is that even though maybe they'd have to pit a little earlier, is that a strategy move to just, I'm safer maybe up front? Although, where this all started was up front too, so we are familiar with that. When it happens up front like that on the super speedways, even as wide as this track is, there's just not a lot of places to go.
No. Just focused on the 7-Eleven there. He has a black flag being shown. We just saw him coming out of the pits. I'm not sure if that was him clearing it or not. But there is a black flag being shown at the 7-Eleven. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, the only thing about DVDN, if he stays out, he's got to go quite a ways. We don't know the fuel mileage deal. But what we do know, like at Talladega, a group of guys pit, and they come out, the group of guys pit maybe a lap later. They usually kind of come out the same. You know what I mean? They kind of come out in that close to being in the same area, depending on how well they pit and stuff like that. What we don't know about this track is will the if they pit, where do they come out? And as to like the rest of the field. If he comes out, they know that they're going to come out, and they're going to come out, relatively in the same vicinity of the field. It might not be a bad thing. You win, you pit, you come out, you've got you're got the draft of the lead cars, you can run with them until they pit, which is only going to be probably 3 or 4 laps later. So, it'd be interesting to see how that works out. Although if he's by himself, that one lap where they do pit, if you think about it, he's going to be out there by himself. My experience of super speedway is as soon as you lose that draft, it's just like pulling a chute.
Yeah, you're done for. You get left behind. Right, you're talking sometimes up near 20-mile-an-hour difference of 4 cars compared to 1.
Yeah, the lights are off on the pace cars, so DVDN staying out there. So it's interesting to see, if he catches a caution, he looks like a hero, and it'd be interesting to see if it doesn't and it goes green and they end up having green flag pit stops. Just see where he comes out. I'm taking a look back here before they go green, where our points guys are. Chris Elliott currently in the 9th position.
Yeah, he's gonna.
K is in the 16th. So, summation, if it ended right now, they'd be pretty close, I think.
Ken giving the chrome horn to DVDN. Get him rolling. Faulkner right there again, though.
It seems like he gave him the little shove, but that slowed him down.
Yeah.
I think that's Brad. Yeah, Brad Faulkner back up to near to the front. So much for taking it easy on the first few laps.
Yeah, no kidding. Whoa! Holy moly!
Wow, that was crazy.
That was aggressive, but it worked.
I don't know if he got loose.
Yeah, Chebro.
I don't know if he got loose and went down there, or he went down there, but that was crazy. Worked.
Yep. He's trying it again. The cars seem very frantic. It's different. They're running 200 miles an hour, so that's not out of the ordinary. It's just this track is way wider and gripped up.
And they are gripped up. Do you want to pick a groove you think is a dominant groove? I don't know, but they are not running. Only the first 4 cars are kind of running nose to tail. Everybody else behind them, they're either third groove, middle groove, all over the place.
All 3, yeah. Or all 5. I mean, this track's almost 5 lanes wide.
Erskine gets a really, really good shot from Donnie. Oh, behind there.
Oh, we got a blowover.
Not sure if that brought out a caution. Yes, it did. Okay.
Yes, it did.
They were still going pretty quick, so I was kind of wondering. Not supposed to race back. It almost seems like they are.
Yeah.
Maybe in the super speedways they do race back.
Is there a race back chapter in the rule book manual?
Oh, you want me to read?
Yes. Or click Control F and type in race back. Just do a quick search for it.
I'm reading the rules right now.
They do have some different rules, like the low lining rule, the blocking rule is pretty strict. You're not allowed to block at all. The low lining rule, I've never really seen that anywhere else other than here.
No, I haven't either.
You can kind of just drive the car, but here they want you to leave that bottom line open, like I saw this.
Suppose we could find that out if I just jump up into the chat for a little bit and see whether or not they allow them to race back on the super speedways, or whether, let me find out.
Alrighty then.
In just a sec.
As Rod Weston leaves the booth, he's on the way to figure that out. Current leader right there, Jay Kearns. Which is Joe Kearns. So we can say your full name. Looks like we're headed to pit road. Yeah, that makes sense. Everybody's going.
So,
Couple
concurring
guys
with
stayed
the
up.
admins, there is no racing back until 5 to go on the super speedways. But talking to the guys that were out there, they basically just didn't want to stop and, you know, get rear-ended. So they kind of keep a pace. I've seen that, you know, a lot of different leagues they'll do that. They just kind of keep the pace going so that they don't have that issue. Who pitted and who didn't pit? I see Chris Elliott just coming off pit road.
Yeah.
Right behind Brad Faulkner, the winner of the first race.
Huntsbury stayed out. He was the only one.
Okay. I was wondering, where is Rick Kay? There is. Question is, I think he's further back, and still further back than Chris Elliott. Currently in the 7th position. Rick Kay is shown in the 15th, but they're just coming off pit road, so that could change when they hit the line. A lot of people in the chat, which is amazing. You know,
That's what I find too. Yeah, like late on a Monday night, and we've got over 100 hits and lots of chatter. So thanks a lot, everybody who's watching this. Hopefully you enjoy the show.
Robert Spring said he was going to watch the first race and probably not the second, and he's still in there.
Yeah, and we even got a sprint on there too. We even were able to broadcast a full 10-lap sprint at Kansas. I'm guessing the lights will go off on pace car this time by.
A lot of messages from Stephen Ward. I don't know if Stevens is one of the guys out there in the car, or I wonder if Stephen Ward could be BVDN. Incognito, you know?
Yeah. That's true. When guys use initials on lot, you don't know who it is. Could literally just run different and any league you run in.
Yeah, one of the rules that they do have, Pumpkin was in there talking about, but that, you know, you can't come in and race on the last race of the season if you are not a normal, you know, the usual driver. That way, you know, you don't have somebody coming in and, you know, changing the outcome of the points race. You know,
right.
Not that anybody would, but, you know, that's just the way they would prefer it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're good, it's like, yeah, you haven't been here the whole season. You can wait one more week. Just sit this one out. We'll get it all wrapped up, and then we'll see you week 1.
I didn't notice in that last situation, must be Rick Kay got involved in it, because not only is Larry D's back at his car missing, it is also missing on Rick Kay's car. Lights are out on the pace car, so we're going to get back going green. Pace car does that hard turn down onto the pit road. Huntsbury gets a decent start. Looks like Godfrey's going to be trying to get on the outside of him. Decides to go down and get tucked in for the draft. Oh no! Crossover move by John Godfrey. Turn is following him through. Huntsbury still on the high side. No help. Brad Faulkner's coming up. Brad Faulkner's coming up there, but he don't know if he's going to help him. And he decides to go up there and wow, they're all over the place in the front. John Godfrey's was down at the bottom, went up to the top. They're all coming down below him now. Donnie Cameron. Okay, so trying to get used to the colors and the drivers. That's the first time we've done this before. Donnie Cameron gets out there and leads this lap. Although Chris Elliott, second place right now, on the low line, getting a lot of help from Rick Kay, which is kind of funny. The two guys fighting for the points. They're going to be 1 and 2 possibly when they come down to the start-finish line.
Well, and Rick with the trunk lid tore off on that thing
Yeah.
too, right? He's
Well,
looking low.
Sometimes that will, that will help. Oh, he's looking low. He did not let. Remember, the rule is you can't really protect the bottom for very long. So, yeah, Rick Kay had a better push. Decided to take that and drive underneath Chris Elliott, which is moving him way back. Ooh, someone's around there. Just saw it in the back. Yellow flag is back out. I think that was Godfrey. Crocodile Crump. Ooh, back of that car is beat up. If we can figure out what happened.
Get the point of yellow here, and then we'll pause it and see where we are. I seem to find a car going around. Oh, there's one. Yep, Crump, just like you said.
Almost looks like, I don't think he got bumped, he got loose. I ain't really sure. It's hard to say from the view I looked at it, but he hit hard.
Oh, there's a bump draft from behind. Yeah.
Almost looked like he got a bump draft from behind, but I wasn't really sure if it was or not. Don't want to make the judgment on that call. That's their job, but
Yep.
kind of looked that way.
It seems to be like Talladega, the style of track and the way that it's put together. It's about the same length as this, right? 2.66 miles. This is 2.5, right?
Hopefully, if you can get to see the 98 of Dave Davis's car before he goes down pit road, the roof on the passenger side is crushed down.
Oh, wow, it is, yeah.
That is crazy, physics on the damage. That is pretty cool.
Wow, that is pretty awesome.
To see his car damaged like that, but that's pretty neat how that damage shows up.
The damage model on the IROC mod.
Yeah.
Hats off to you on that one.
That's crazy.
It's so badly lopsided.
But that put JLP
That'll affect your arrow.
Very much so. JLP stayed out, led a lap. I think he's coming down. Pretty much everybody's coming down pit road. Kind of curious to see who
Someone
doesn't.
stay out. Yeah.
Ralph LeBlanc, he's going to stay out. Didn't quite get there close enough to where he could lead that lap, but he might do it on the next one. So pit road speed is 60, depending on what the track pace car speed, which looks to be
I think it's
80.
70 or 80, yeah.
80, so it would be hard pressed maybe for him to get down there and go into pit road and maybe lead that lap with that much of a difference. But, where he was further back in the pack, he didn't really know who, what, where was doing the pitting, so when they finally decided to pit, he made the charge to try to get out front to try to lead that lap. But wasn't quite close enough, only made it up to the 5th spot,
So, following Davis coming out of the pits, they did not fix the roof.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's
Crazy
still crushed.
Damage physics, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, the damage model's pretty awesome in this mod where you can get the roof all lopsided like that. That's pretty cool looking. I guess that wasn't worth fixing.
Like, Scott R8655. I don't think that will pass post-race template. I believe you are correct.
Probably not. Nope.
Now, the next question, do you think that's going to add more downforce or less downforce? May take some away from the front using the windshield as like a downforce, but it might add some more to the rear spoiler, or then again, it may take some away from the rear spoiler. That'd be interesting to see how that car reacts after that wreck.
Everybody else going back down again. Michael Mangialardi ducks down in there.
As I thought, so LeBlanc stayed out there that time, but then came down pit road and did not lead a lap. So he was, being that he was close to the front, John Godfrey, I think, come out of the pits in ahead of everybody else. He's currently our leader, so.
Has been for a little while, too.
Yeah, off and on.
Yeah. Oh, no, actually, he's only got one lap led, though.
Yeah, he led. He led. I don't know if he led the lap, but he tried to get out in the lead there, and then just kind of got train went right down under the bottom of him, got him pushed up high, and he went back.
Oh.
Currently, Chris Elliott in the second position was the points leader going into the night. I believe, depending on how their points are, that it's probably gone to Rick Kay. Rick Kay's back in the, well, it says third, but he hasn't gone around to give me the idea of whereabouts he is, but it kind of looks like he's back there in about 7th or 8th.
Yeah, I'm showing the points again. Keep in mind, these points do not reflect the hillside race we just ran. This is official after last Monday.
I don't know how soon they'll do the points. I don't believe we'll know, who did get the championship, but we still looks like we got some more guys coming down pit road. So fuel mileage, some of these guys are kind of thinking and playing a fuel mileage game. Rick Kay came down, but Chris Elliott stayed out. So that's kind of a different, a little bit of a different way of thinking. Rick's thinking that maybe I can go a little bit further. As I've said, we haven't seen any green flag pit stops yet, so we don't know, whether they'll lose a lap coming down pit road, whether they come out together. We haven't seen that yet, so I'm not 100% sure. Coming off pit road, Rick Kay's in the 7th. Chris Elliott's leading currently, so he stayed out. He's leading that lap. Currently, just a little past the halfway point, so we don't know how far they can go on a tank of fuel, especially being 3X.
Well, and we haven't got a green flag run in.
Yeah.
Still under yellow here. This is lap number 18. Everybody going back in again, topping up again. Yeah, the 3X is forcing these guys to pit like every time around almost because they're using up fuel, right? I mean,
yeah. If you want to try to go further than the other guys can, you have to do that, especially at 3X. I mean, you think this is about 2.5 mile hour track. We know the guys can usually save, about a lap of fuel ish almost at Talladega or whatever, like clutching. 3X, who knows? You might not. Pace car does make the trip down pit road. Chris Elliott, our current leader, guy that was chasing him in points. I think Chris is chasing him in points. Rick Kay's back in the 5th spot, so that'd be interesting to see. Still has that damage in the back of the car, but I don't see it slowing him down much. Kind of makes a move to the high side, starts to push Dave Davis, realizes Dave's car is a little bit damaged.
Way up there, yeah.
He goes back down behind Godfrey, then makes the move to, looks like he's trying to go underneath there. John Godfrey does not have the run to do it yet. Doesn't look like Dave Davis's car is really going to be all that fast. John Godfrey to the bottom, trying to take the lead. But, we've seen this before. You get the lead on the backstretch going down, but sometimes you can lose it by the time you come back around to the front stretch. But Godfrey kept it, and he's current leader right now. Jedbro goes to the bottom. 03 yellow.
I want these guys to go 3 or I want them to go 4 or 5 wide, to be honest.
Yeah.
let's see.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
That was a little bit chaotic. So it looks like a little bit of
there,
apron bad there by Larry D. Kind of shook up the field a little bit. Right now, currently though, Audrey's in the lead. He's in the lead, but the two guys that are fighting for the points championship, they're about side by side right now. Chris Elliott on the high side, Rick Kay on the bottom side, running third and fourth. But it changes so quick. You get, it's typical of a super speedway, but you get a really good run, and it seems like these cars here just, they get a good run and they take it and they go, and then all of a sudden they kind of lose that momentum, and then the guy behind them gets it. Don't seem to stay like nose to tail like we're used to seeing a lot of the guys run at super speedways, where they run nose to tail and just stay, in line and just push each other. It's like, no, I want to lead this lap. Whoa! Somebody went down pit road in a hurry. It was Kern. Or Pablo Vitor, I'm not sure. Nope, it was Kern, yeah. Kern's the orange car, more straight orange. Pete Vitor's got a little bit of a darker orange. He looks like, I don't know if he got clipped, pushed, or whatever, but he went right down pit road at a high rate of speed. I don't know if that'll get him for speeding, or I could have been on the backstretch too. I don't know how this track is. Yeah, that was down pit road, so. I would imagine he would have to probably do a drive-through for speeding. Not sure. It all depends on how they do the ruling on that. So I lost everybody. There we go. There they're back. Gotta give credit to Dave Davis. He's still going out there. That thing is beat. Kind of checking up on our points battle side by side yet again. Kay's on the bottom side. Chris Elliott's on the high side. They just keep kind of swapping it around a little bit. Inside line gets a good run, the outside line gets a good run. It brings Rick Kay right back up to the side of Chris Elliott. Kind of see, oh, that's Pavlon, Joseph Landy Pavlon, running that high line. He's got John Godfrey and Chris Elliott with him. Down at the bottom is Donnie Cameron right now, all by himself, nobody behind him. That's going to hurt him a bit. That's going to push Pavlon right out to the lead. Oh no, yellow flag is out. But they are going to race back for about 5 to go. Did not see what happened back there. Did we lose you, Blaine? DBDM is part of it. He is slow on the bottom of the track. See if we can figure out what happened. Weird. I'm not sure what happened. Whether his motor blew, dropped to the bottom of the track. Would be my guess is that he had an engine failure or some sort of failure. He stopped at the end of pit road, so I'm thinking it probably some sort of engine failure. He hasn't stopped yet, so that doesn't tell us what the problem was. Joseph Landy Pavlon is currently your leader. Does show DVDN 1 lap down, but like I said, he hasn't stopped yet, so. Still kind of rolling. Johnny Cameron's back there in the second position. John Godfrey third. Chris Elliott in fourth. Kebro, back in the yellow car back there in fifth. Brad Faulkner, winner of the first race, back there in the sixth place. Seventh, Rick Hennig. Eighth, Ken Hunksbury. And Larry D. Back still out there with that damaged car, but doing well. Mike, man, mentioned already. I haven't talked much about Mike tonight. It's just been puttering around. I think he was getting ready to make his move. And then E.J. Johnson. So somebody just came off the pit road. Okay, that was Ralph LeBlanc. And yep, that's what I thought. The 12 blew a camshaft. It looked like it was an engine failure the way that thing stopped. That's what brought out our caution. Somebody in the chat said that they could go all the way now on the fuel, so that's pretty good. Crocodile Croc has retired. To move some of the cars behind him up. That would be Pablo Vitor, Ralph LeBlanc, Dave Davis up one position. Not sure what happened to my partner here. He's looks like everybody's pretty much staying out. Have enough fuel. Tires shouldn't be an issue. Pace car lights are off. You're gonna have looks like green, white, checkered. Has that feel about it, which means it's gonna be a wild one. Joseph Landy Padalon on that. Joseph Landy Padalon, I'll say it right. Out front. I don't know with a green, white, checkered if that's where I would want to be. Thinking I would rather be probably around where Elliott is. Chris Elliott back there might have the better chance if he can get the people behind him to help push him up through the back. This car is going to tear that hard. Let's see how we can figure this ending out. Avalon got a good run off the start there. Johnny Cameron right behind him. Let's just see how they're going to go. Which way are they going to go? See that head of steam coming from the cars behind. Cameron's looking. Gonna go low. The way the rule's written, you can't block the bottom, so Cameron got out front there on that one. It's got John Godfrey, Chris Elliott, Deborah right behind him. Avalon's no help whatsoever. That's just going to move him way back. Ooh, white flag. We got a cars. Oh, Elliott's around. He gets T-boned. Avalon's around. Racing back. Johnny Cameron currently is in the lead. John Godfrey going for the high side. Godfrey do something with him. Trying. He's got that little bit of a run. He's going for the high side, coming up to him. Don't know if he's going to have enough to get there or not. No help from behind. That's going to put Donnie Cameron as your winner. John Godfrey second. Rick Kay is going to be your third place finisher. I'm doing my math right. I believe that is going to put Rick Kay as your champion. Unfortunately, no green flag pit stops tonight. We'd like to see how that worked out. I was kind of curious on how that was all going to play out, but all Donnie's got to do is keep this car going from here all the way to the start-finish line. Don't need any failures or anything like that. Donnie Cameron's going to be your winner. It's like Chris Elliott. I'm trying to figure out where he is. He's currently in this 14th position, so I think that is going to probably take him out of the championship. Pretty sure Rick Kay is going to end up with that. We'll find out how that all unfolds here in just a bit. Cameron coming off turn 4, still under power. The question is it gonna make it? He does. He takes the win. John Godfrey second. Kay third. So we'll have an interview with them in a minute. As soon as we get let Donnie burn it down a little bit if he decides he's gonna do that. Curious to see where Brad finished. He finished 4th, so he had a great points night too. I don't know. I know he was 8th in points going in. Don't think he's going to accumulate enough to probably catch Donnie Cameron, who was 7th going into the night. Although he had 2 great points race finishes, so we'll have to see when they get it all figured out how that ends up. Well, Donnie is burning it down. I think Rick Kay was up against the wall doing some burnouts too as well. Let's see if we can't find Rick Kay and get him up here and talk with him. Let's see. Rick Kay, you got Rod Blaine in the booth. You got a copy, my friend?
Yes, sir.
Well, by my calculations, first and foremost, congratulations on your 3rd place finish. And you beat Chris Elliott in the first race, so by my calculations, you should probably be the champion.
I believe so. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Just going by the math, I don't know the point system either, so I'm not sure 100% how that goes, but I didn't think you were going to really probably be able to pull it off when you got involved in that early accident.
I was surprised myself. I was very surprised.
You see him take the back, the back bumper cover off, and I said, well, that's not good, but it didn't seem to slow you down much, so maybe it might have given you a little bit more of an advantage.
I hope so. Yeah, it seemed to, but well, it's sometimes luck goes your way,
Yeah, let's kind of congratulate you on your championship. That was pretty cool. I was kind of hoping that you guys would get some green flag pit stops in. I guess one of the questions I would ask is, how many laps on fuel could you guys go?
We were getting about 13 laps on the fuel.
Wow, that's really not a lot. I was hoping that we'd get a chance to see it, so we got down near the end. Some of the guys in the chat were saying that they knew you guys could make it from here, obviously being the new track for me, plus that 3X. I wasn't sure how far you guys would be able to go. But all in all, I forget where you finished in the first race, but you definitely, like I said, you did beat Chris Elliott on both of them, and gosh, I really think you have it.
Yeah, maybe. It's great. It's awesome.
So how many years you been racing over here at, or length of time have you raced here at Open Speedway?
Ooh, we're going back to 2003. So do the math on that one. Yeah.
Wow. So did you start with NASCAR 2003, or did you start with like the 2002, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much 2003. Been up with Speedway the whole time. I never went to any other league. This is where I made my home. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. I didn't realize that even though you'd started back then, I can't begin to tell you how many leagues I've run in my racing career. I started, really, I still have NASCAR 2 sitting behind me in a box here. I have the original. I have 3, 4, and all that stuff. So I've probably got over 30 years into this game.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Yeah, I mean, I've been Ralph LeBlanc is a longtime buddy of mine, and we've met each other in person and everything. And yeah, I know a lot of the Open Speedway crew, and yeah, been around for a long time. Yep.
That's cool when you get to meet them. I've gotten to do that to a few of the guys that I've raced with online and stuff, and that's cool when you get to go meet the guys face to face and kind of put a face to that sound, that voice, that you hear, that everybody kind of, you look at them and you think, I don't know what that guy looks like, and you see a picture of him and you go, nah, that can't be him.
Right.
Yeah. Some of the guys I met, that the face really went with the voice. So
yeah.
All right. Well, Blaine's been quiet, a little bit of quiet here, so I'm gonna give you a chance to thank anybody that you want to thank that got you here, and we'll get on to John Godfrey.
Well, I'd like to thank Open Speedway for as long as years they've been here, and Ralph LeBlanc, who's been basically running the show here, and Larry, Donnie, Brad, and Dave Davis for all they do here as far as admins and bosses here, and appreciate all the broadcasters have been doing this thing, and yeah, I've been having fun for all these years. Other than that, appreciate it. Just right place, right time, and yeah, I like Open Speedway, so there you go. Thanks, guys.
There you go. Congratulations on your 3rd place, and like I said, I believe the championship.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, congrats. And I looked up and I don't see John Godfrey in the room, so we will grab tonight's winner of the 2nd feature tonight, Donnie. We'll grab Ralph afterwards and talk with him for a minute, but
my buttons aren't working. That's all right.
You come into the night 7th, 104 points, so you're not going to fight for the championship, and you were, I don't know, 30 so points away from Dave Davis. That car he was driving was pretty much crushed after that incident, but question is, you're ready to come back next season and take that championship?
I can give it a try.
I'm
more shocked than anybody. Oh yeah, I'm more shocked than anybody that it actually won, because there's competition here is really stiff.
Yeah, it was kind of neat how if somebody got out front, you knew they weren't going to stay there that long. The run behind them was so immense, and two guys get together and they just come up to the high side of you guys, of whoever was up front, and it was like, wow, this is, I didn't think that you would have still, you got by, I think it was Godfrey that had the lead, but anyways, you got by him, and I was like, I don't know if he's going to be able to hold it off or not, but you were able to do so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, we do have a no lining till the last lap rule here, so I did get hung up a couple times, but managed to find my way back.
That's an interesting rule. It makes it, I can see why you would do that. I can see why a new guy coming in like myself would struggle with that, just because it's different. You know what I mean? You don't normally see that. Most every super speedway you ever see, that if the track is a low line track, everybody's down there. We see a lot of guys with the RTG track. They're basically you want to be in the middle of the track. So, different tracks have different ways of running it, but, it's kind of a neat rule that it makes it interesting because, you knew, Pavlon had the lead, but, it weren't going to last.
Well, I wasn't sure to
reason?
make sure. Well, I think to encourage passing because, you don't want to race 30, 60 laps in a feature and 2x2 and not be able to pass anybody. And this rule, it encourages passing. And, if you're a good driver, you can make your way back pretty quickly.
Yeah, I said the drafting was wicked. We asked Ricky about fuel mileage. You guys could only do about 13 laps. Was kind of interested to see what would happen if you had the green flag pit stop. So I will ask you, if you came in here, you had to take a full tank of fuel. Obviously, you probably wouldn't take 4 tires only just because that could potentially slow the pit stop down and come out. Would you come out and stay on the lead lap, or would you know what I mean?
I would just take gas.
But if you had to take a full tank of gas, where would that bring you out? You know what I mean? Get you kind of lap down, or would you be right around the leaders?
I think it would have stayed pace because everybody was basically on the same wavelength there. And my last pit stop, it said I needed a splash of gas, and my tires were still pretty good. So even if we hadn't got that last caution, I think I would have had just enough to make it to the end.
Yeah, 3X, that's got to be crazy. A lot more tire wear, a lot more fuel. Most of the guys said that you could probably go most of the race tonight without taking any tires. That's not be the same for every track you guys go to. So that 3X pit is really, really going to catch some people out, I guess, on some of the tracks that you guys run.
Yeah, it did. But the cautions kind of fell my way, and I think the wrecks, a lot of cars were wrecked. So even when I did start at the very end of the field, I managed to make my way up front pretty quick.
Well, that's pretty awesome. So, Blaine, you have a question for Donnie other than the one you asked earlier?
Just same thing with the speed, like the super speedway styles. It's crazy how we're so used to Talladega, and this thing seems to be a little bit more frantic, even though it's just another track. But yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. And I mean, watching you guys do what you do and all the different tracks you guys are using, the different tracks, I'm a fan of that. That's kind of where I was going with that. Like, Talladega is such a popular track.
What I liked
cool
about
to see
this
some different stuff.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Go ahead.
What I liked about this track is that each lane was like you could actually get two cars wide in each lane. That was pretty neat.
Yeah. Like I said, the runs you guys would get, you could tell if somebody got out front. If somebody wasn't right there pushing him, you knew the guy that was behind him was going to have the guy behind him. They were going to go, pull out and go around him. So it was kind of neat. Out of the, I don't even how many lead changes we potentially had. We see guys that we figured, they were the leader, they were going to lead, and they come out down the backstretch and they're not the leader anymore. And Joseph Paddle on there, he went, way back on that one. He got moved to the high side, and nobody helped him, and he went right back.
Yeah, well, I imagine people with that few laps to go, people wanted to go low to try and, get the lead. I'm sure if that caution came out, the results would have been different. I think John would have been able to get me.
Absolutely. I see what you mean. So, all right, Donnie, well, we'll give you a chance to thank the people that you want to thank for getting you here. So, the floor is yours.
I'd like to thank Ralph, of course, for giving us a place to race, and all the people who donated tonight for the broadcast. I don't know them all by name, but I want to thank you. And of course, Larry and Brad for helping moderate. And I'd like to thank you two for coming in and broadcasting. And it's always nice to talk to a fellow Canadian in this game.
Yeah, we're around here somewhere.
Yeah. You're in Ontario, correct?
Yes, I am.
I'm in Manitoba, so like we're neighbors.
Right on, yeah.
All right, well, thanks for having me in. Appreciate it.
You got to thank yourself for all the painting you do on these IROC cars.
I still got more to do.
We were chatting and talking. We've been in discussion between Larry and Ralph and Donnie just about the different stuff and try to get this broadcast going. And Donnie's out there like, hey, you gonna race? I said, well, I might. We'll see, But next thing you know, I've got a car. Blaine's got a car. Just pumping them out.
Well, open invitation for you guys. I enjoy your company.
Well, we appreciate it. So, congratulations on the win. Not the championship, but still, good job. And we'll see you in about a month's time with the broadcasting part of it, and maybe we'll hopefully see you coming here trying to defend or trying to get yourself a championship.
Well, I wanted to. Hoping for a top 10 in points for the first month, and I did that, so I'm very happy.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight.
Yeah, and the win was a bonus. All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Donnie. Yeah, that was awesome, man. That's
I'm going to try to
it's
grab
such a
Ralph.
Frantic. Oh, is he up there still? Ralph?
He's up there. They probably hopefully not doing anything. I'm going to see if we can grab him. Ralph, you got Rod and Blaine in the booth. You got a copy, my friend. Might have stepped away. That's, of course, the risk we take at trying to grab somebody. But we'll catch him. We'll catch him. Hopefully, the next broadcast. We just wanted to, talk with him a little bit about the league and how it started. There he is.
Hello.
So, we just, we didn't get to interview John Godfrey. He didn't stick around, so it's kind of just figured we'd bring you down here and ask you a few questions about the league.
Okay.
So the league is owned by you, correct?
Oh, Donnie's actually running the league. I just run the server.
Oh, okay. Oh, see that? I didn't know that. See, now we learn things more and more every time. You didn't have the greatest of nights tonight, but still kept trying.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
I had fun.
Everybody's so talkative over here,
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's a 2-race night. Everybody's burned out. They've been driving for the past 2 hours.
Got a copy of the.
Yeah, it's quite busy.
All right. Well, I bet you guys are up there trying to start to do the after race previews.
That's what I was going to say. They're probably busy up there watching them replays and gonna make some calls.
Yep. That's what they were doing. They were checking everything out, make sure everything's good.
All right, bud. Well, we'll get you back up there so you can help them out. But thanks for stopping down and talking to us.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Ralph. Yeah, that's what happens at the end of every race. They go into the administrator room there, and they got to go comb through the replays, and that's what the stats on the screen always says unofficial results, because you never know what's going to happen in the post race.
All the meetings we had, we got told Ralph was the guy Ralph was the guy. And to kind of find out, he was talking to the guy, but what are you going to do? First time running with these guys, we're getting used to them. Used to them a little bit. We'll come back next at the end of the month for the next round of the championship.
Yeah, and it seemed like it's only a 2-hour broadcast. It seemed like a longer broadcast, I think, but it's just because it's when you do 2 races in one night, and then you've got, they crank up the pit frequency. Holy moly! Like, the 3 and 4X. Like, wow. You're not out there green flagging it very long before you got to come back down the pits.
13 laps they can get on a tank of gas. Tires wasn't really a concern, but I was kind of hoping that we would get that opportunity to see a green flag pit stop. And I really Donnie kind of didn't quite understand how I was asking the question, but I just kind of wanted to know if you did pit, come in, take 4 tires, maybe, or just take fuel. Where would that bring you out? Would you lose a lap? Probably not. But it'd be interesting to see how that would go. Mind you, you lose a lot more time when you have to exit on the back stretch than you do like at the Talladega track, where they just kind of go down and pull up. So, it'd be interesting to see.
Right, and that's like they say that I was reading the rules that they added every track to make sure it's a back straight merge. So, especially a track like this, that's a long drive.
Yeah, it's not hard to do. You just got to figure out
the distance.
The distance, and
Yeah.
and even if you don't really know the distance, it's literally you go into the track and INI file, you change the distance, you go out and you just
Go for a drive.
wait. Go for a drive around there and wait for it. Said, all right, now it's okay to enter the track. And if it's not where you want to be, you add or subtract or to it.
Oh, you mean the spotter? Yeah. Okay, merge when you can.
Yep.
You're waiting for that. Yeah.
Yep. That will tell you where it's going to be, and then you just like I said, add or subtract to get it to where you want. And it may take you a few times to do it, but it's not that difficult. And I like it. I really, really think that a lot of the Talladega is like the RTD track that you will be running on Thursday with RTG Gaming with Seth Cole, and I know it's now I can't think, Kyle and Michael Norman. I don't know Kyle's last name.
Kyle Matthews.
Okay.
Yep.
That's that. Then we'll be back here on Saturday night with ASR, and hopefully we'll be back here next Monday to see if it's the swamp that we're running into over there at RV area.
Yeah, that game's a lot of fun, and I couldn't do it last week because of the snow and everything else. And man, we were getting hammered with snow. Came out to a 3-foot snowdrift in the driveway this morning, so that was fun.
Yeah, the group chat was lit up. Are we playing tonight? And,
yeah.
No, we got a broadcast button.
Yeah, and I'm dealing with mortgage renewals and new car payments and stuff like this. So I had a bunch of stuff to do that night, and long day at work, snow day, and it all had to kind of be done. So it just sort of fell all together at that same night. So had to pull the pin on RV there yet, but we'll get back at it next week.
Oh, absolutely. Gotta come watch us do that if you want to see some guys make fools of themselves.
Yeah.
That's on Tarnation TV Turbo, so their language is not an issue, and that happens.
Yeah, it's definitely the secondary channel where we just kind of do, if we want to stream a game or maybe host a podcast or whatever, it's just kind of a way more, I guess what I could say, unpolished channel. This one's got the screens and the animations and the music and everything else. That one, not so much.
Fun.
But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. The YouTube channel was on fire, and great success over here at Open Speedway for the doubleheader. Monday Madness is what they call it. Open Speedway Monday Madness.
Yep.
It is madness. Good name for it. Two tracks one night. Let's do it.
We got to thank Larry D for reaching out to me about this, and then obviously Donnie and Ralph for going along with it. We sat down with them guys, had a few meetings, try to figure out what they want and how they want to go about it. And I think it worked out pretty good. Like I said, still wanted to see yellow green flag pit stops on that second track. I really did, but all in all, it was pretty good.
Yeah, and then we will be back with Open Speedway because the way that they've run their Monday Madness series, there's a championship for each month. So the last Monday of the next 2 months, February and March, we'll be here doing this on a Monday night at 10 o'clock. So come on back and we'll make sure to advertise the heck out of it.
Yes, we will.
But, yeah, man, thank you, Mr. Rod, for the assist on the co-hosting duties. And thank you to everybody in the YouTube chat watching live or on the replay. Always happy to see the hits, and we're getting lots of them here. And, of course, like you say, to the League Open Speedway, thanks for having us. And as always, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.